Okay. Alrighty, YouTube, welcome back to Rat10. Today should hopefully be an exciting video because with all the work and prep that we have done to the engine with the manifolds, intake exhaust, getting the starter on, we are now ready to begin prepping this engine to run for the first time. We've got to start with fuel, which I currently don't have up here because it has to come from the tank. I remember some time ago, I ended up making these two little harnesses and these two fuel lines. I made these months ago. I planned to install them off camera. I never got around to it, so we're gonna start with that. So, how much are you gonna fight me here, buddy? Aha! Almost like it was designed to go exactly through there. Second one through there. Let me tell you, it's gonna be hose clamp city back here, man. Actually pretty secure. 5/16 and some 3/8 hose. We just need enough to get a couple hose clamps on. Alright, it's time to go hose clamp crazy. This might get a little interesting. This one I have the plug left off because I need to verify power and ground for the fuel pump. Oh wait, hang on, am I dumb? Yeah, no, I am dumb. One is for fuel pump, one is for sending unit. And if my memory serves me correctly, purple is sending unit, probably corresponds to pink on this side of the harness, and I think brown is gonna be power. So I will have to plug my battery in just to verify that I have 12 volts coming off the right wire. Getting this through here might be fun. Okay, that wasn't so bad. The one I'm worried about is getting this big meat through there. This is the light harness for the rear of the truck. In hindsight, I probably should have ran this before the fuel lines. Oh man. I'm just gonna shoot this with just a little bit of WD-40. Get it all the way onto my new line. Got all of my clamps. Slide the hose over, and we can zap those together. Oh, this probably looks so stupid on camera. I'm so sorry. Alrighty, now to sort out the wiring. I need a battery hooked up to this thing. Now this shouldn't be rocket science. Positive is gonna go down to the starter. The negative I'm gonna run up to the block over here just for now. Positive and ground respectively. The wire that went to, how am I gonna do this? I believe this wire on the harness is the one that goes to the alternator. Nothing crazy, just to get power to the truck. There is also this main harness ground. I might just ground that with an alligator clip for now. I don't know if it needs to be, but we're gonna assume it does. There, I don't know if that's gonna work, but we will try it. I will need the computer hooked up. I'll go over exactly what I'm using ECU-wise a little bit later. This is just for wiring testing. Battery, check engine light might come on. Oh, well, that's already a good sign. Hey! We got power. Oh, the gauge system's going buck wild. Okay, I'm gonna go put my battery on the charger so the incessant beeping stops. It says battery's at 9.5 volts. I also want to try one quick thing. Just for the teasers, I hooked the solenoid wire up. That's not a nice noise. Why is that starter so loud? Yeah, we're gonna sort that out in a little bit. Almost certain here the brown wire is gonna be our 12 volt to the fuel pump. Okay, turning the key on now. Okay, that looked like the right wire. It wasn't full voltage, but it was voltage. Just ground it right in the middle here. I'm thinking purple is the fuel gauge, so I'll hook up the purple wire. All right, the theory holds true. With the fuel gauge unplugged, we turn the key on and the gauge goes all the way to full. That's just the default for most fuel gauges when there's no signal. Plug back in the fuel level wire. Well, the tank is pretty well close to empty, so Look at that. It's good, we know we're on the right wire. But before I hit the key, I'm gonna loop together the feed and the return just so we can hear if the pump's going. Just chuck my drain pan under it for safety purposes. Turning key on now. I did not hear the pump go. Okay, sending it out of the tank. Let's verify we're getting 12 volt down here. Now. It didn't seem like full voltage there. Battery's at 13. I don't know why this isn't reading. Okay, we're not getting any voltage. What else is there? Computer's hooked up. We have ignition power. I know the truck has power. I turned the engine over. What powers the pump? Oh, hang on a second. I know what the problem is. This relay right here is very important to the running of any S10. This is the fuel pump relay. And I feel a little dumb forgetting about that. I mean, am I stupid for forgetting it? Or am I smart for remembering it exists? There we go. Let's go try that. There we go. Okay, now that I feel really stupid, let's slap this back in the tank. Let's get some fuel through those lines and let's plumb up the front half of this. It's gonna take a few primes to get it all the way up there. Looks like she's coming pretty good now. Oh yeah, that is a stream, baby. I think it's safe to say we're ready to plumb the front half of this. The front fuel lines should be even easier than the rear ones were. That is the hope, at least, because I still have the entire factory fuel setup that I pulled off the truck. This should reach almost exactly where I need to. As far as the lines that go to the throttle body, I'm gonna have to go with a hose splice again because this is not a flare that I can actually do myself. These were cut off of the full size in the junkyard that I stole the throttle body off of, and I used them like this since. This is the feed line into the bottom of the filter. Oh yeah, look at all the rust in there. Look at that. You try to just watch it fall out. Oh, I ran this filter for years. Curious how dirty the inside of this filter actually is. You ever want to know why you change your fuel filters? That's why. Because that's disgusting. I instead have a brand new, it's in an AC Delco box, but I believe it's from Napa. Made in USA, Napa Gold. So it's an okay filter. Pretty sure this ran right up along the motor mount, so this is gonna be a little interesting. I think I'm just gonna tuck it behind the motor mount. It's gonna be kind of up in the business of the exhaust, but what choice do I have? She's gonna run from the frame down here, tuck behind the mount like I was saying, and the rubber line will fit nicely under this part of the block here. With the fuel pump sitting, fuel filter, and just grab the cab right over here. Nothing on this truck is ever permanent, it's always subject to change. Sweet. I hope I can get this. This is how I did my fuel pressure sensor. It's literally just like a T that I threw on the hard line with, you guessed it, hose clamps. I never had it leak. This is a sensor from a kit I bought from a company called Just Race Parts Australia. It's that little screen that's on my steering column there. It's a 14-in-1 monitoring system. It has all the sensors. I'll have to go over it at another time because I can't actually remember all the stuff that comes with it, but fuel pressure is one of them, and I would like to know what it is. No idea how well you can see this. I'm sorry if it's terrible. So we're gonna send this feed line straight down, and our line can hook up down below. Yep, that'll do. Yeah, I like that. Feed line, eyeball the distance, cutting it right at the bend there. I cut off and straightened it just a little bit. Let's see how badly it lines up. Wow, that's not bad at all. Okay, need a piece of hose. Okay, camera died on me, but I got the feed line clamped in there. It's just finger tight for right now. Actually, it looks pretty good. Okay, something tells me this isn't even gonna be close to where I want it to go. I'm gonna give this the same treatment to follow this guy here. We just muscle man this one. Oh yeah. All right, I think we're good. The line that was on that, we can make fit into that spot. Follow this guy. All right, just gotta add this one chunk of fuel line to the backside there, and all right, let's see if the pump primes. Well, it ran. Well, I heard fuel leaking all over the place in here. Oh yeah, my injector leaks like a sieve. Well, that's not good. Ah, I got a leak on the backside. Damn it. Oh, I have a shitty hose clamp back there, that's why. I went to tighten it again and it clicked loose. Okay, I changed the O-rings in this guy out with some spares I had in the shed. So I'm hoping... We got no leaks! I'm gonna go see what the fuel pressure is because TDIs suck at holding fuel pressure. You can see it stops right on 11, so... She good. Fuel system's all sorted out now. I want to get some oil in this and get the oil system primed so it's not just turning over in all the assembly lube, even though that's what it's for. I would like to get the oil in here. I will be filling up with some Lucas 30 weight braking oil. This is a high zinc braking oil for flat tappet cams, just so I don't blow this up. This is painfully slow. Okay, that's the third one. Ah, right above the add line. So we'll add that one more in. Dipstick says aren't even to the full mark yet, so that's actually perfect. But we got to fill that filter up. So then to prime it, I'm going to use this old distributor shaft that I can stuff down into the hole. There we go. Turn the oil pump over and get some oil flowing up top here. Oh yeah. Ooh, wow, that pressured up quick. Oh, we got air bubbles. Oh. Yeah, look at that, we got oil coming. Ah, that's so cool. Okay. Oh, we got oil coming out of these two now. And this one. All right, hopefully you can see what that's reading out there. Oh, 55? Oh my god, that's way more oil pressure than I thought I was gonna have. Wow, that is loads. Even boatloads, if you will. That is awesome. Okay, now that I got enough oil up in the engine, I think I'm confident to see why the hell the starter's making so much noise. Got my dad on the key, so give her. Everything's vibrating. I'll pop it off and see if it's hitting the bell housing or something. Alrighty. Curiously, there is a piece of metal on the tooth of the starter here. Oh yeah, look at this. There's dust. Well, I'm really hoping you caught that before my camera died. See all those silver flakes? That is the starter chewing into the bell housing. Let me get you in for a close-up. You see right there on the left edge? That's the starter tooth just eating away the housing. That sucks, but let's fix it. Now, the only thing I really have that's gonna fit in here is my cordless drill, which kind of sucks. I just have a big ass reamer bit on here. Big flutes that should make quick work of that magnesium housing. I'm just gonna do this off camera because it's gonna take me quite a while. While I'm sitting here staring at it, there's something I've always wanted to try. If you didn't know, magnesium is a flammable metal. I have zero idea what's about to happen. Man. Oh my god! Alright, I'm doing a round two with the lights off. That wasn't as exciting as I was expecting. Oh, yeah! Oh, there we go! Alright, that's pretty cool. Okay, starter's back in. Let's see if the noise is any better. That's better. It just sounds like gear noise to me now. Got some Champion Copper Plus, yeah. About 27 thou, that's a little big. For boosted applications, you want to keep your gap nice and tight so you don't blow out your spark. So I'm probably going to squish that down to about 22 or 3. Okay, I went a little too tight there. Yeah, it's right at about 22, 23. That'll be perfect for what I'm doing. All right, we got plugs. Let's see how this thing sounds turning over with compression now. That's exciting. Well, it sure ain't the quietest thing in the universe, but it does seem like it's turning over all right. I'm gonna just give this another priming cycle just now that I've been cranking it over. Oh, dead batteries are fun. All right, the starting situation seems to be mostly figured out. Let's check the valve cover on top of this thing. I was actually able to salvage this one off of the original valve cover, so I'm just going to clean it up a little bit, add a skim layer of silicone, and bolt her on. It should be okay. First off, this thing needs a wipe on the inside. I am no stranger to having gasket problems. My Mark I Volkswagen took me 5 tries to get the valve cover to seal because the gasket would keep slipping in, and I ultimately ended up gluing it down with spray adhesive. That's what we're doing to this one. To both sides of our materials. All right, these are sufficiently dry. I'm gonna stick the two together and make them one. All right, well, it looks pretty good. Quick skim coat of blue silicone to the bottom of this gasket. Valve cover's on. I'm gonna take just a quick sec to pump most of the old gas out of my tank. To do that, S10s have these little wires. This guy right here, this brown wire. This is power to your fuel pump. I believe it's supposed to be from like an oil pressure switch to power your pump in case something else fails. Hook that straight to power, boom, pump will move all the fuel out of the tank and we'll be good to go. Beautiful. Wow, I can tell that gas is bad. I cannot even smell it. Wow. The pump is starting to struggle. Must be getting low. Okay, we're gonna call that good. Sweet, we now have 20 liters of fresh gas in there. Cycle out some of that old gas again. Ooh, I can smell her now. Oh yeah, that is gassy, man. This will just be for my lawnmower. Whee! Okay. As for the distributor situation, my dad's been helping me build something behind the scenes, and here's what we have come up with. These two started out life as your standard small block Chev HEI distributor. They're both missing shafts and one is missing bushings. This started out life as a distributor from a 3-liter. It had this type of ignition module on it, had a little Hall effect sensor in here. That wasn't gonna work. So I stole the ignition module out of one of the HEI distributors, stole this pickup coil which has 8 points off of one of the HEI distributors, stole this bushing from this HEI distributor because this one broke trying to take it apart because the bushing that was in this one was too short to accept this type of coil. This is the shaft from the same distributor, so this should be fine to drive the oil pump. And then I also need to steal the 4-point pickup to put on top of here. I have these funky adapter plugs that my dad had in his stash of wiring to go from here into the coil, and then this one that I can then splice into my factory harness. And that should, in theory, work. And the cap and rotor from the 3-liter distributor that I had should be fine. And then once everything's all assembled, this ugly toothed washer will get smashed onto there to lock everything in place. and hopefully it'll work. I have the 8-tooth star that belongs to this one that I might just shave 4 of the teeth off of, and I think we'll be okay. I'm not gonna assemble this on camera because frankly it's gonna drive me absolutely nuts, and I don't even know if it's gonna work, so I'll cut to the finished product and then we'll see if we have spark. That is beautiful. Keep in mind, this is built out of like 4 or 5 distributors. If this works, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, oh boy. Okay, let's see if we can get some. I'm just gonna flick this over until I know we're at TDC for cylinder 1. Oh, that might have been it right there. Oh yeah, okay. Our timing mark is, it's just past 0, so I probably overshot it. We're at 0 degrees. Now to drop the distributor in, I just need to make sure that it engages the oil pump when it goes all the way down. Ah, right there, okay. I want to use that number 1 as number 1. I'm gonna have to point it somewhere over here. It doesn't really matter, I could make this one number 1. I just need it pointing at a post, and then for wiring purposes over here is probably easier. So yeah, the one that's labeled 1 here is what I'm gonna put it to. All right, I'm kind of mad. I thought I hit record and I hooked all this up. I feel like a big dumbass. I got spark plug 1 out right now. I have my main distributor wire into my harness right here, and the wire to the coils going down there. It's an old spark plug wire for the distributor to the coil. I have number 1 spark plug just hanging out here on the frame. Should be all I need to get this thing to spark. Let's see what we get. Yeah! Oh my God, that's exciting. You have no idea how happy I am to see that that's actually working. Yeah! This thing should run. This is gonna run. I can probably put a timing light on this like that too. It's all over the place. I don't know why it's flashing multiple times, because it's almost like it's getting multiple different signals. I don't know why. Any time to put the harness somewhere that's actually gonna work instead of this jumbled mess, and then I can hook up all the grounds and whatnot properly, and then we'll go from there. I know I got spark, so I can put my plug back in. Okay, that's good. Okay, the computer harness. Okay, I got the coil plugged back in, the distributor plugged back in. I'm gonna plug in power to my injectors just so I know it's done. Plug in my coolant temp sensor so the computer at least knows that it's not super dead cold. One of these is an intake air temp sensor. I can plug that in. The throttle position that can just stick in there for now. Idle air motor can stick in there for now. The injector wires, I'm just gonna leave up here. Oh, a map sensor. I need a map sensor. That can go on there. Looking over here. Ooh, I guess an O2 sensor, the narrowband O2 is probably going to be required. And for now, it doesn't really need to be doing anything yet, but it can just hang out. I hook my grounds up to the back of the engine while I'm thinking about it. The only sensor out of my gauge kit I really need to hook up is the oil pressure sensor. And in theory, that should be everything. Just gonna plug the injectors in to make sure they fire. Okay, that's good. Nice and fuely. I can plug this in and just kind of hold this and just try to set something. Okay, I'm about 10 degrees before top dead. Son of a bitch, that might actually fire. I mean, in theory, if I hook up all those wires, this should run. I'm just seeing if my dad wants to come by for a first start. He said he'll be here, so you probably can't tell, but inside I'm just going. Oh man, oh my God. I don't know if it's gonna idle. If it starts, good. If it makes noise, that's all I care to hear. If it idles, I'll let it run for maybe like 10 seconds because I have no coolant in. I have break-in oil and a brand new cam. I need this thing with coolant so I can do the full break-in procedure, like run it for 20 minutes, the general proper break-in procedure. This is just to appease myself because I'm going nuts. Also, because I don't have my oil system set up, I'm gonna take off my good turbo and put on my Mach 1 because it's not in the best of shape. And I do want at least some kind of muffler on here, so this is not gonna be the final disaster here. I have proper spark plug wires, I just don't know where I put them. Flow. I have no idea what to expect. I'm just gonna crank it for oil pressure. Okay. 40.
You got lots of spark. Like 1 inch gap of spark.
Where is it sparking to? Here?
Oh yeah, it's like 1 inch. You definitely got spark.
I don't think I've ever been more nervous for an engine ever. It should just go. You going? Okay. Come on. Yeah! Oh my god, I can't believe that.
It's crisp.
Oh my god, is it ever?
Look at this, it's crisp.
Yeah!
Cool. That's awesome, man.
Holy shit, that's loud.
It's a bit more loud than your other one.
That's all I care about. It runs, it revs. That's it, that's all you're getting. It's safe to say I had no clue what was gonna happen on that first key turn. The time from first crank to when it kind of like half started there felt like forever. I'm like, come on, where is it? As soon as it got fuel, it was just boom! I can't believe how perfect that was. That's like reality TV show levels of bullshittery. I'm blown away. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it worked. My dad there, he ended up recording a video on my phone of basically exactly what you saw. A little bit of backstory on this engine. I picked it up about May of 2020, I think, from an older lady whose husband passed away. He was into boats and stuff, and he had a bunch of engines left over in the garage, and she ended up selling some of his stuff just to clear some space. And I just passed that video on to the daughter of the lady I bought the engine from, and she was gonna share it with their family just for some closure, to see that it went to a good home and someone that's cared for it. And she said it made her day. She had a big smile, like, and that just made me feel so good. She said it was nice to see it again. And I know personally, like, I sell stuff and you wonder what happens to it, where it goes. I'm glad I could revive some of that history for somebody else. Oh man, I'm excited. But that's gonna be it for this video. I busted ass all week to get this thing running. I know it might have seemed like super little things, but those little things take forever, man. Now, because the insides of this are basically brand new, I've got to build a complete cooling system and everything so that I can run this up to temp and do a full break-in procedure. We're in the home stretch. It's almost there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Oh, this was stupid. Why did I do this?